Kal Kadosh, Boker Or, Masechet Bava Metzia Daf Tzadik Zayin Amud Aleph 97a1. The Gemara says we were trying to bring a proof of a person that he went and he borrowed a axe from his friend and it broke. So they came in front of Rava and he went and he said, "Go pay a regular axe." So they went. They told to Rav, "That's halacha? How can that be? It doesn't make sense. He just gives back the nevela. He doesn't have to pay, only the difference." Shatik Rav. Rav kept quiet. Yeah, he kept quiet, which means that it's mashma he was moda bidvarav. That means he was moda to them. And what is halacha? Like Rav Kana Ravasi, that all they have to do is they have to give the difference in the price between a broken axe and the regular axe. It's not that they have to pay for a new axe. Okay, fine. This is where we're starting today. Hau gavra, right? We're three lines down. Hau gavra de shail davla mechavre. There was a story of a person that he borrowed a bucket from his friend. Itvar, and the bucket broke. So imagine he takes it down, puts the water, it broke. Okay, fine. Ata lekemeder of Papa. They came in front of Papa. Elmaleh, and he tells him, go bring witnesses that you didn't change, and then you're going to become patur. What does that mean? As long as you didn't change from the norm, so you're going to be exempt. Why? You didn't do anything different. If you come and you're going to start using it the wrong way, or I don't know what, so it makes sense. But if it, so it doesn't make sense. So fine. Another story. He borrowed a cat from his friend in order to get rid of the mice. So they comes, let me your cat. Wow. It sounds like I don't know what. Yeah. All the akhbarim got together and they killed the cat. Yeah, must have been, I don't know what. There must have been, I don't know how many akhbarim in order to come and to kill the cat. Yeah. It was mamash, he was able to kill. So Yativ Ravashi comes, yeah, and he says, so he asks the question, what is halakha in such a case? Meta mechama melacha. Is that considered meta mechama melacha? Meaning, you got him to do the work, and he died doing the work. Or lo, or maybe not. So Elmaleh Mordechai Ravashi, he says Mordechai to Ravashi, Hachi Amar Avimi me'agronia mishmed Rava. This is what Avimi me'agronia said in the name of Rava. Gavra denashe katluhu, right? He says a person that what happens if women came and they killed them? La dina velo dayana. This is what? That's it. You don't have to come and put the judges to come. Pashut that he's going to be patur. Why? The shoel, right, was not poshea, right? Which means a person doesn't have to start thinking that maybe now the mice are going to gang up on the cat and kill the cat. You understand? It doesn't make sense, right? It's like the women are going to gang up on the man and kill the man. We know the man has more strength. You understand? So it doesn't make sense. Yeah. So ikadam, there are those that say achilach beletuva, that the achbarim were eating a lot, the chavilu meat, and because of so much eating, right, it died. Right? That means the exact opposite, meaning that the cat ate so many achbarim. That's why he died. Yeah. So Yati Ravashi Kamemba. So he started looking at Kaigam the mind. What's halacha? Meaning it's not that the mice ganged up on the cat and killed the cat. The other version is no. The really behemoth, he grabbed one and another and another. He took so many. Right? That's what many times happens with a fish. Many times the children they come, they buy little tiny goldfish. They put it, and all of a sudden they're dead. And you're like, hey, what happened? Right? Well, you didn't give it to eat. They gave it to eat too much. You understand? You give it to eat too much, and too much overeating. It also kills them. So does it mean the cat came, ate until that's it? Yeah. Elmaleh Mordechai. Ravashi says Mordechai to Ravashi. That is what Avimi says, right from Magrunia. Gavra denashe katlu lo dina velo dayana. This is what a man means, right? That a person that comes and he has a lot of relations with women until he dies, right? So, for example, he's got shefachot, right? He's got and now he comes and he gets an eved, right? In order to have relations with him, in order to have children. And what happens? The eved comes, right? So everyone understood what happened. One more time. He comes, he takes the evidence of his friend. He says, listen, I've got 5 shefachot. He takes the evid of the friend. The guy has relations with the 5 shefachot. The children are going to go to the master. So he borrowed the evid, right, in order to have the relations with the shefcha, right? And then what happens? What happens is The guy comes, right, and he died.
But they were,
yeah,
they were the wife.
no, right? One more time. You have 5 shefachot. Fine, okay, right? A person has 5 shefachot. Yeah, who's allowed to have relations with him? Obviously not the balabait. Hey, it's a shifcha. So who's allowed to have relations with him? A Eved. He endo Eved. So what does he do? He borrows an Eved from his friend, and he tells the Eved, right, I'm borrowing you, go with them. Remember, the children, they go to him. Yes. They go to the guy. Very good. The guy comes, right, and, right, he went all out. It's an Eved and Shimcha. There's never Nisuin. No, there's no Nisuin. Eved and Shimcha, there's no Nisuin. Eved, העבד זה הולך אוטומטי, ואין נישואים. כל מה ששייך לבעל הבית.
אני יודע.
אז אין נישואים. Right? So what happens? is that the Eved, there's no קידושים, it's Eved כדעני, and שפחה כדענית. מה הקשר עכשיו לנישואים? So what happens is that the guy comes, has relations, boom, drops dead. You're going to tell me what's going to happen. So he says, lo dinim lo dayna. He says, what? There's no din. Why? You don't have to put a dayanim in order to judge. It's pashut that he's going to be patur. He says that. So he comes and he says this. He says, if right now there's an etzah that the mashil wants, that the shoel wants to do a harama on him, what does he do? Amar Rava. Rava comes and he says, Hai man, right? The bayel lemishal, right? He comes and he says it's not a pshia because we're not going to suspect that something that happened like that. Meaning that, listen, the guy went, even if he had a few shifachot, it's not normal that the guy's going to drop dead because of bilot. Obviously, the guy went overboard and I don't know what. And it's not, we don't have to start suspecting for all these things. Yeah? Okay. So he says, if you want to come and borrow something from your friend, right, and you want to become patur, Elmaleh, you should tell him, Ashkeyan Maya, can you give me some water? And then do the meshicha at the same time that he's giving him to drink water. Why? Because that's considered she'ela be'alim. Right? Right? And if he's actually going to be a pikach, what does he do? Elmaleh is going to tell him, she'il bereisha, borrow it first. And then afterwards, I'm going to come and I'm going to give you to drink. Everyone understood what happened? One more time. The guy is a trickster. He wants to become patur. What does he do? He comes, he says, lend me your phone. Yeah? So he says, okay, fine, I'll lend you the phone, no problem. Can you also give me something to drink? So when he comes and he gives him the phone and he gives him the drink, when he does the meshicha for it, shmila bebalim. What happens? He becomes patur from everything because the owners are with him and he lent it to him at the same time. Everything happened at the same time. If the guy's a pikach, he comes and he says, no. Here, take first. He does the acquisition. Then now I'll give you to drink. Yeah, it's something that you have to learn how to deal with the tricksters. You understand? Yeah? One second. Yeah? Yes.
כתוב במילה אדם, אחרי זה, ושניהם ד', תסתכל. תשווה את הד' הזאת לאדם, ואת הד' לא מילה, אותו אות.
Okay, it's bereisha. Yeah, okay. Here it says that some people have shil bedisha, but it's a taut sofer.
טעות סופר. זה לא כאילו שהמילה הזאת יכולה גם...
Shil bedisha, it's a taut sofer. Yeah, fine. Amar Rava. Rava comes and he says, Mikre dardeke. You know what Mikre dardeke is? Rabbi of children. Dardeke is tinokot. And Mikre is the one that teaches the Mikra. So Mikre dardeke, shatala, right? So a person that is teaching the children of the city. Or shatala, sanaris of the city. Right? That he's coming, he's putting them, right? He's putting all the kramim and everything in the city. Tabacha, shochet of the city. Umana, there's the makiz dam of the city, like the doctor of the city. Saparmata, sapara'iv, right? This is the barber of the city, right? So all these guys, they get the money from the Kupat Ha'id, right? Meaning it belongs to the city, right? Yes. So he says over here, Kulehon, all of them, Bidana Vitaihu, during the time that they're doing the melacha, Keshe'ela bebe'alim dam. It's considered she'ela bebe'alim, and therefore the shoel is going to be patur from tashlumin. So says the Gemara, Amru le Rabbanan le Rava, says Rabbanan to Rava, Shailan more. He says, right, you're going to come and you're going to teach us all day. And if we're going to happen, so what? Now that's it? It's going to be paturim? Meaning, from the fact that you're going to come and you're going to teach us in such a fashion. That's it. So Ikbal, he was makpid. When he told them, right? That means he went and he told them, what, you wanna make me lose money? Meaning they went and they told, right, their rabbi, right? 1 second. If he's right now teaching bechinam, right? So who's borrowing from who? Is it the rabbi from the students or the students from the rabbi? Right? Because obviously if he's getting paid, so obviously it's not the same. But let's say he's teaching for free. So if he's teaching for free, who's borrowing from who? So they went and they told him, right? But you're kilu lending to us, and therefore if we're going to come, right? And so then what? So all of a sudden we're going to be pturim to pay. So here it says obviously Rosh Yeshiva is not giving a shiur to Talmidim, ela b'shaot yuduot. But nevertheless, he's meshubad to them, right? You know, to answer them and to do all the things. So we learn from here that right, that he says over here that if you're going to be now for shutaf, right? He says chashuv shaul lechol echad mehem, right? It's kilu that you're borrowed for all of them. So therefore, the question would be: so now when he's going to come, right, and he's going to borrow something, so now what? So they become patur then, right? Because kilu, each one of them is considered that they're doing a melacha, and therefore they're going to become patur. So he was makpid. Right? Why was it makpid on them? What, you guys want to get rid of all my properties? Adrabah, the opposite. Atun shiltu ni. You guys are shulim li, right? The Talmud Torah shali, to my Torah. The ilu ana matzi ishtamut lechu mi Masechta Masechta. Because I could come and I could just learn from one Masechet to another Masechet, right? So therefore, I'm not borrowed to you. But you guys cannot. Meaning you guys have no power to come to be mocheh that I should teach a Masechet, a certain Masechet. Right? And therefore, the fact that I'm the one that chooses what we're learning, so therefore, that in itself is the opposite. If I'm going to borrow something from you, I'm going to be patur. Not if you guys borrow from me, you're going to be patur. Okay? So this is one of the cases, right? Obviously, this is in Bavel. You see how they were very, very tkifim, right? And boom, right? The Talmid says something not right, boom, he cuts off his head right away. Yeah. No, I'm just making sure that they understand who's the Moroccan ones here. Fine. But anyway, but this is Rava that he comes and he gave it to them and back on the head. Yeah? Fine. Says the Gemara, Velohi, right? Even though, right, it's not 100% correct. Why? Because the Rosh Shiva is going to be forced them for the Yoma Dekala, right? Because which means it is. There's a difference between Yoma Dekala and Shayomi. Yoma Dekala was many times Samuch L'Regel, right beside the Chagim, the rabbi would come and make a drasha on the Chag. Now, in such a case, right, he's not going to start speaking about Rosh Hashanah right before Shavuot. You understand? He's not going to speak about Chanukah right by Sukkot. You understand? Meaning, there, it's not like all of a sudden now I could change whatever I want and nothing could happen. You understand? So because of that, on Yom HaDekala, it's the opposite. The rabbi is lent to the Talmidim. But on the other days, no, you're right. The Talmidim are lent to the rabbi. Okay? There was a story. Merema, Barchanina, Ogar Kodanaitu, Bechozai. So he was Maskid Anaton. Anaton is a she mule. No, I don't know how you say that in English. Exactly, she mule. No, she mule, that's what they said. A female mule. Merema. Kedonaita is a she mule. Bechozai. Bechozai from the people of Chozai. Okay? The mule. But a female mule. How do you say it? Just a female mule? Okay. No. Sorry. You're right. A female donkey is called a mule. You don't have to say female mule. That's right. Exactly. Okay, I say no, because you say chamor nekeva, but it's aton. But that's the English word is mule. What? Mule. No. The mule is the female. And no, that's why I just said it. That's why I said it. That's why I said a female. No. But it's yeah. Nafak ledeluye teuna ba'adayu. So he went and he helped the people put on the masa on top of it. Pashube, right? They did pshia and then it died. So atalakame, right? They come and they went in front of Rabba. Chayvinu, and he said that they're going to be chayav. Amru le Rabbanan. The Rabba said to Shia bebalinu. Yeah. Now the truth is, I don't know why he was ichsif, because if you remember, we said that Shia was a machloket. You remember we said that if it was going to be yes, right? Pshia is a machloket, is going to be patur or not, even though it's pshia bebe'alim, right? So iksif, he was embarrassed. Lesof at the end, it was revealed. The lemesar till now denafa, right? The meneimar came out, right, to check the thing and not to actually come in to help them. He just went out to check, right? Which means, right, he be at the masad just to see if they didn't put too much. So meneimar himself did not do anything. So therefore, it comes out that that's why he's going to be chayav. So therefore, there was no takala that came out of the hands of Rabbi's hands, right? Let me just see. Why doesn't he actually say it? Hey, it's 25. Okay, it's going to be footnote 25. The Gemara is going to ask that. The Gemara is going to ask the question that I just told you. The Gemara says, "Hani patur mishumach." That's why you got embarrassed. But according to the mandam al chayav, why did he get embarrassed? So look at footnote 25. It says Ravacha Ravina argued about this, right? And they're after Rava. So therefore, the kavanah of the Gemara is that we could actually learn from Rava what is the halacha. The pshia b'balim is patur. So answers the Gemara, lo mifsha pashuba. They didn't actually do a real pshia. It was stolen.
Yeah, video.
Right? It was going to be stolen. Or meta kedarka, or died by ganav, b'shuta ganav. Have it, right? So therefore, he says, so they came in front of Rabbi and he made him chayav. So they went and they told him, and that's why he was embarrassed. The fact that he went out and he only just checked it. It wasn't that he actually went and he actually helped out. He was just checking the load. Mishnah on the bottom of Tzadik Zayin Mudalef at the bottom, 3 lines up. Hashoel. Imagine right now, Hashoel at the para. She'ala l'chetzi yom, u'schara l'chetzi yom. This is a very interesting case. He's borrowing it for half a day and renting it for half a day. Right? What does that mean? He was only going to be charged for half. Sometimes this happens that, for example, you come to a place, you're going to rent it, and say, you know what? Take it for another few hours for free on us, on the house. So it's like she'ela chetzi yom and skirut chetzi yom.
12, room in hotel, 12, but take courtesy until 3.
Yeah. So he comes and he says, yes, here it's opposite. Here you're starting with the Shalah and then right? But fine. No, but by the way, he actually explains it here. It could be either or, meaning that he was mekabel chetzi yom tashlum, chetzi yom zeh. Shala yom u'schara lemachar. Or today I borrow it and tomorrow I pay for it. Sachar achat v'shal achat. Or I'm going to rent one and I'm going to be mekabel one for free. Vameta. And it dies. Now, I don't know if it was during the time of the she'ela or during the time of the skura. I don't know if it was the one which was the borrowed one or the one which was the paid one which died. I don't know which one. Right? Hamashil omer, the Mashil says, she'ula meta. The one that borrowed was died. And therefore, you're chayav to pay. Yeah? Right? Or the Mashil says, biyom shaita she'ula meta. The day there was the Tzadik Zayin Mubet, yeah? B'shah shaita she'ula lecha meta. V'hala omer, the other one says, Eni yodea. I don't know. How many people supposed to know? I don't know which one died. Yeah? Says the Mishnah. מה? מה שקט?
קשר אותה בלילה, מתי? בשחר היא מתה?
חייב. He's going to be chayav. Says the Mishnah, he's going to be chayav. Why is he going to be chayav to pay? He says because the mash'il is twen tanat bari. And the shoel is a shema. Bari v'shema, bari v'did. Bari means I'm uncertain. Why? I know my animal, right? Or I know what I'm talking about. So if he comes and he says it was during this time, so therefore he's the other guy says I have no idea. Bari means ani bari, ani batuach. That's it. Shema ze ulai. Yeah. Rashi. Yeah. Hasocher. Second case. Hasocher omer. The shomer comes and he says sechura meta. It was the renter. It was the one that I rented that died. Or biyom shaita sechura meta. Or on the day that I rented it died. Or b'shah shaita sechura. Or during the hour. The hala omer. Another one says, and you're there. I don't know. Patur. He's going to be patur. He's patur minat hashlomin, and even without a shavua also as well. Right? In this case. Okay? Okay. There's a whole question exactly why, but fine. In the third case, ze sheula, ze omer sheula, ve ze omer sechura. Yishava socher shesechura v'meta. What does that mean? He comes and he says, what happens if they're both buddy? Right? Remember, one more time. Basically, there's 4 cases. That I'm for sure and you're a doubt. That I'm a doubt, you're for sure. We're both for sure, we're both doubts. There's 4 cases, right? That's the way that it always works. And that's what we're going to say right now, right? So this is the 3rd case. The 3rd case is we're both for sure. So I come and I say, Sheula meta. The other one comes and says, no, Sechura meta. So what happens? Swear. The renter swears, and then that they died, and that's it. It's going to be Pava Kampatur. The last case, which both of them are not sure, Zeomer and Yodea, Zeomer and Yodea, Yahloku, half, 50-50. Why? Since nobody knows, so therefore you can't make him swear. Swear on what? He doesn't know. So 50-50. They both take 50-50 the loss, right? Which makes sense, because at the end of the day, right, that's what it says here in Rashi, Mamona mutal besafek cholkin. Who is that? Who's that shita? Mamona mutal besafek cholkin. Sumchus. Yeah, okay, but we learned it a lot. We're doing Bava Metzia. You understand? There's the Gemara. Shemat mina. We learn from here. Mana li biyadecha. I have $100 for you. The Hechal, and he says in Yudea, chayav. He's going to be chayav. So lema tiyav v'tiyuv to the Rav Nachman. Imagine I come to him and I say, listen, you owe me $100. So I don't know. I have no idea. You have to pay me. So it's a tiyuv to the Rav Nachman. He says, right? He says, "Man li biyadcha." If a person, Vala Omer and Yodea, Ravuna Rav Yehuda, Rav Chayav, Rav Nachman, Rav Yochanan, it's patur. So there's a tiyuta against Rav Nachman. Answers the Gemara, Kedam Rav Nachman, just like Rav Nachman says, Kigon she'esesek shivua benehem. He says there was already ta'anot, right, which were fitting to put a shivua. So therefore, since he says en Yodea, he cannot swear. So Achanami, so to hear, since they have an esek between them, a shavua between them, and he cannot. That's why he has, and since he can't swear, that's why he's going to be chayav. So says the Gemara, what are you talking about then? Well, what is the case? It's kedarava like Rava. The Amar Rava comes and he says, "Man li biyadcha." Right? If you owe me $100, the Hechal Omer, another guy says, "No, I only owe you $50. The rest I don't know." Since he can't swear, so he has to pay. Meaning, usually, if I come at, so he has to swear. But he's not sure about the other 50. So he can't swear. What's he going to swear? That I don't owe you 50? I'm not sure about the other 50. So for obviously, he's going to have to pay. So obviously, we're going to have to go back and forth, finding out exactly what is the halacha.